Happy Sunday, everyone. Today, my recording information sharing is going to be in English. And I'm going to share some heartfelt realization with you guys, with everyone who is tuning to this station or channel. And I prefer not to share my identity or who I am to be nobody, to minimize and eventually get rid of my ego, lower self. Today I was asking myself the question: we have unprecedented inflation and seemingly at the verge of economic collapse. So, to deal with low production, but high demand, uh, inflation is one of the way. And I do not have background in economics, and to be honest, this kind of concept I myself did not understand quite well. My child explained this to me. I asked the question: is inflation the only way to deal with this lack of supply but huge demand and increases in price? That's kind of scenario by uh, increasing interest rate, increasing pricing, less people can buy. That way, we are uh, handling the scenario. Is this the only way? What else could be done? I asked universe the question, and the answer I found is increase in productivity. So I was listening to Jim Rohn's lecture at some point, and he was referring to Bible. In Bible, it's talking about work for 6 days and then take one day off. Nowadays, we have 5 days work day versus 2 days off. And some people are talking about 4 days work day and 3 days off. So, wondering, there are multiple options here. Could we go back to 6 day versus 1 day? 6 day work week? Is that a possibility? Or 4 day work week with increased productivity? Or 5 days work with increased productivity? Or delaying retirement age and bringing teenagers to workforce? That way ex- more people would be in the workforce, and job would be our expression of joy, our place of joy. If we work from that perspective and include teens to teach life skill when bringing them in the workforce instead of uh, making it a situation that feels like drudgery, that could work. And work should be actually source of joy, And if we do it in a way valuing what is really valuable for the collective well being in the society, in the community, and universe in general, our perceived value in the uh, society would be higher in terms of contribution, real contribution, not egocentric value. And that way, we could be healthy, wealthy, uh, depression under control, or no depression at all, that kind of scenario. Everybody wants to be valued. So if we teach youth working for joy and teach valuable life skill, bring them in the workforce with uh, work as fun scenario with some discipline, as well as if we delay the retirement age by convincing people, creating a feeling that they are helping the society that way. And statistically, on average, people do not live 5 or 6 years after retirement. So, if you really wanna live longer, do you wanna retire? And I don't have the reference handy at this point. I read somewhere that this retirement is a new, like European, that this concept is just 200 years or so old, introduced somewhere in Europe. In spiritual or traditional religious, like preaching from old days, there was no concept of retirement. Only when we get older, instead of doing the physical work, we are more on advising on people. The priest, instead of like younger priest in old days, they used to uh, clean up or carry or move dead bodies in the community. But then when they got older, instead of doing that, the older ones uh, uh, took the advisory role instead of retiring, and the younger ones used to do the uh, work where huge physical strength and capacity is needed. Also, one thing, if we can collectively increase our consciousness from the concept of quantum leap and from the infinite possibilities, we can pick the possibility of this economic like abundance scenario and can act as a bridge instead of going through this turmoil situation, or this temporary turmoil could be a good thing to increase our consciousness. And if we look for ideas, even if we don't have the means to execute it, let's not focus on the how will appear. And even if the how is not appearing, if we put the idea in the field, in the universe, then someone else will pick it and then execute it. The idea is being good ideas are being executed and improving life and holistic well-being for all that's matter, right? That's what matters. So if the idea is not clear enough, let me refer to Greg Burden and Emily Fletcher, what they mentioned. So whenever we are thinking about something, that thing is that exists in energy dimension. But for physical manifestation, those has to be high vibe thing has to be compressed in lower dimensional, uh, like from wave to particle. That transformation needs to happen. For example, like steam is turning into ice, When it is dim, it's almost invisible, but it is out there in the field, in the universe. But when it is solidifying, kind of turning into particle like ice, we can see it. So same way, our idea, if we are thinking good thought without judgment and thinking about heartfelt, holistic well-being, the idea is getting to the field and someone else will pick it, even if I'm not solving it and I'm not executing it, still it is fine. So, Emily Fletcher told one story that Michael Jackson, he got an idea of the music and he pulled his manager out of sleep at 3 a.m. at night. And manager said, we can do it later. And he said, no, if I wait, Prince will do it in the meantime. So, means the idea somebody is thinking it, it is in that field and another person is picking it up if the former person, first person is not executing it. The way I see it, even if I'm not executing it, as long as the good idea is executed by someone, hey, that's good for the civilization, that good for the society and community in general. Also, similarly, if I'm very angry, I'm not, let's say, destroying the world, but the anger is getting into the field, someone else is picking it up, and the cumulative anger from the source, not source, I mean, from the field, is creating all the turmoil in the world. So, what if we stop judging people, we stop angry thoughts? Would that work? And what I found that I heard that in gamma, there are multiple brainwave state. In the gamma frequency, we don't feel separate. We have complete ecstasy, bliss, and joy. That feeling, and pretty much feeling the unity and connecting to the field source or universe. And what I found in the past, there are gamma brainwave genius frequency music. I used to use that during my daily work, and I found that my productivity was quite huge. Recently, what I started doing when I uh, like walk, I put that like take a walk in nature. I started putting that music on, and before putting that music on, I set an intention that I will not judge anybody. I will try blessing people, and I would ask universe lot of questions. And hey, what I noticed is when I started like I was completely oblivious of what was uh, like oblivious of any separation, like my physical body and thing. I felt so liberated, so much peace that I was not judging myself, I was not judging anybody. And until I was about to bump on somebody, uh, until that point, I was really not self conscious. It is kind of like I was nobody. But then, while bumping on another person, almost bumping on someone, I again became somebody. I came to back to my worldly incarnation mode, and then I became self conscious. But when I was not, I found so many ideas were coming to my like being, and I started giving that idea back to the field. Even if I cannot execute it, someone will. And I am committed to execute it, and I am committed to create a collaborative community. And I also, from Greg Brothers' work, I came to know that our idea actually not staying in our brain, not within us, it is in the field, in that empty space surrounding us. And I also came to know from his work that, okay, you know what? Uh, looks like I forgot what I wanted to say, and I embrace that. Uh, and I'm not embarrassed. I will share the rest of the information with you guys going forward. So, thank you. Blessings. I am recording my thoughts, so at some point I can uh, express that in writing so that I don't forget it. Have a wonderful day. Blessings, lots of love, heartfelt love for you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.